Are you afraid your guy is losing interest in you? Are you at the end of your honeymoon phase and worried about how to keep him emotionally committed to you? Well, fear not, because in this video, I'll tell you 2 things you can do right now to build a deeper, lasting connection and keep him emotionally committed to you. The end of the honeymoon phase is a really common source of anxiety in new relationships. Let's visit our favorite fictional couple, Jack and Sally, and find out why. Jack and Sally have been dating for about a month now, and it's been great. They have so much attraction, and they are so curious and excited to get to know each other. They've been going on fun dates, and Jack's been getting her flowers and little gifts here and there. Everything is full of mystery and intrigue. They're in the golden honeymoon phase. But what they don't know is that honeymoon phase is almost over. In my experience, this phase only lasts a few weeks, maybe a few months if you really stretch it. But eventually, it must end and things calm down. Life returns to a new normal of some sort. Sally is realizing that the end of the honeymoon phase is here. The initial glow has faded. Last night, she slept over at Jack's and they just slept. Nothing else. Barely even any cuddles, and definitely no romantic candles, no nice dinner or anything. He hasn't brought her flowers in the last week, and last night they both had a long day at work and they called it an early night. So she's freaking out a bit. She's heard that after the honeymoon phase ends, guys can lose interest quick and start looking around for something or someone more exciting. She really likes Jack and wants this relationship to last, not just be another fun hookup for a few weeks before getting traded in for the newest and best model of girlfriend. Hit a thumbs up if you've ever felt like Sally. Like many people, Sally feels stuck at this point at the end of the honeymoon phase and doesn't know what to do. So she tries all the tricks. First, she buys that sexy lingerie from that really expensive store. But Jack was just so tired at the end of the day, he didn't even notice. So she tries something else. When she and Jack get coffee, she flirts with the cute barista to make Jack a little jealous. But Jack is too busy answering his email on his phone to see it. So Sally tries again. She cuts back on spending the night, hoping it'll make Jack want her even more. But no luck. The truth is, all these tactics aren't going to work, and she's just playing more games and not getting any results. So now what? Whether you've been together for a few weeks or a few years, if you're feeling like Sally and you're worried about keeping your guy emotionally committed to you, let me say one thing first. This transition is really common and not a sign that the relationship is over. The honeymoon phase is just not sustainable for the long term. You can only have so many sexy all-nighters before you need sleep. Let me tell you what will actually work. So, take a deep breath and don't panic. One phase is ending, but that means another phase is beginning. You're moving into a phase that's deeper, more committed, and more fulfilling. And the key to doing that successfully is good communication. While you're not spending 100% of your time together anymore, you can make sure that the time you do spend together counts for something. If you want a relationship with a man who deeply loves you, then here's 2 kick-ass communication tips you can use right now to keep him emotionally committed to you and wanting to build a lasting connection with you. First, ask the right type of questions. Good communication makes all the difference for building a deep emotional connection. How else will you get to know each other? Poor communication is one of the biggest pitfalls I see that couples fall into because they think they're having great communication when really, actually, they're not. Here's an example, and I want you to tell me in the comments if you can spot the difference. I'll time you. Number 1, did you have a nice day today? Or, number 2, what was the best part of your day today? What do you notice about these 2 questions? One is great, and the other is a reason many couples have big communication issues. Okay, time's up. The answer is that the first question is close-ended, meaning that the answer can only be something like yes, no, fine, nothing new, etc. They are usually going to be monosyllabic answers that only require a little bit of effort. How much did you learn from that answer? Almost nothing. If I asked you, did you have a nice day today? I won't actually know why you answered yes or no. These questions do not create good, interesting, or deep conversations between the two of you. Now, look at question number 2. What was the best part of your day? This is an open-ended question because it requires an answer with more information. You might learn something really interesting. For example, every night my wife and I ask each other, what was the best part and the worst part of your day? This leads us to so many more interesting conversations. Maybe the worst part was that another truck got stuck under the overpass on our way to work, so she was late. Seriously, it happens like at least once a month. I don't know why people aren't learning this lesson. The best part of my day could be that I got an email saying that the board game I had backed on Kickstarter 3 long years ago is finally being shipped. So, you see, an open-ended question led to more conversations, getting to know each other better and feeling like you were a part of each other's day, even if you weren't there physically. It also gives you a chance to talk about your thoughts and feelings, which deepen your connection. I hear you asking, but Jonathan, tell me how I can ask the right question. Here's how. Focus on questions that ask who, what, where, when, how, and most importantly, why. These questions show that you're interested in each other's thoughts and feelings and create opportunities for deep and interesting conversations. A man who deeply loves you will want to have deep conversations with you, which brings us to the second tip. Steer clear of I don't know responses. When you're asking these new, deeper questions, it's really important to avoid answers like I don't know. Nothing kills a nice emotional diving session like I don't know floaties strapped to your arms. There's nothing to go after an answer like that. Don't you feel frustrated when you ask someone a question and their only answer is, I don't know? Let me be clear. I don't mean that you'll always have an answer to every question. No one can do that. I can't do that. Life is full of unanswerable questions, and that creates a wonderful mystery. But the goal of your conversations with your guy is to stay engaged, ask why, and explore together. You want to deepen your emotional commitment, not drift apart. So, let's go back to Jack and Sally. They got stuck in traffic on their way to dinner, and Jack got super mad about it. He's still grumpy by the time dessert comes, so Sally asks, hey, you seem really upset. Was it the traffic? Why did it bother you so much? First, good job, Sally. That's an excellent open-ended question. Second, what if Jack answers, I don't know, and refuses to engage with the conversation any further? That ends the conversation. How would you feel if you were Sally? Tell me in the comments how you would like to have that be the answer you get. Notice how the I don't know stops everything. Jack isn't looking into his feelings. Sally is stuck dealing with a grump and no one's happy. However, if he says something like, I don't know, I always get so upset when I get in traffic and it just makes me so scared, then that gets you somewhere. Sally might not know the exact reason why traffic makes him into the Hulk, but she has more information so that the next time they're near traffic, it's not an unpleasant surprise. If Jack and Sally keep working on their communication, asking good questions and diving deeper, then they are on track to building a stronger, longer lasting relationship. And you can do that with your guy too. So, as you transition from the glowing honeymoon phase, where everything is chocolates and roses, back to real life, it's going to feel different. You might feel worried, but it doesn't mean your guy doesn't care or that the relationship is over. It means you're moving into a new phase where you get to know each other better, have deeper conversations, and build a stronger connection. A man who deeply loves you will want to stick around. So don't immediately turn to the lingerie. Try talking first and then lingerie. Or talk while you're wearing it. Whatever floats your boat, good communication will keep your guy interested in you and emotionally committed to you beyond the honeymoon phase and into your new life together.